Alrighty folks, I know a lot of you like square bodies and LS's. That's what we're gonna do. This is a friend of mine. We're doing some horse trading for a little bit of work and stuff like that. But what we got here, I believe, is a 74. 74, had a small block. I think the motor went bad. Had a 3-speed standard with a floor shift. I don't know, it's a super clean, it's a nice clean truck. Anyways, it's going to be getting an upgrade. It's he's got an NV 3500. He was going to do a small block, and now we're going to do an LS. So we're going to LS this thing, put a 5-speed behind it. So this thing's going to have the same motor and cam combo that my 38 Pontiac had. So we are going to gather around. I think he got a motor in the back, so we're gonna go dig around, see if we can find that. I know he's got the transmission in here, and he's got a bunch of parts because we're gonna convert it over to a hydraulic clutch and stuff like that. So his old transmission's right here. We got our NV 3500 there. A lot of small block stuff, but we're not gonna need a lot of it. So there we go. We got a clutch and throw bearing. We got stuff. It'll be fine. Should be easy. Should be fun. Alright, I'm gonna go behind the barn. I'm looking for a motor. Trying to find a 5.3. Hopefully there's one. There's 3 trucks back there, so we're gonna steal a motor out of one of those. Pablo and I are gonna go. You gonna come with me or no? Or are you gonna hang out in here? Alright, I'm gonna go back there. I'm gonna go look, grab my laptop, check the computer, see what's in there, because I can't find any distinguishing marks on any of these vehicles that say what the motor is. 5.3, I want to fire it up. I want to take it for a drive because our boy wants to know if the transmission's good. So we're going to do that, and then we'll bring it around front and start stripping it down, pull the motor out for that square body. Just waiting for some random parts to come, but I want to get the motor out first. That's the plan. Alrighty, we got 3 donors. We got one there, and there's a Suburban-y thing right there. So, I'm gonna check mileage and the size of the motor. 5.3 is what I want. Let's look at this thing first, I guess. Got a lot of flats, so I don't know how we're gonna check. You know what? I like taking cabs off. This is just a whole lot more work, so I'm not even gonna look at that thing. So that gives us 2 trucks. Let's see. Yeah, everything looks there. That's the battery. We bought a battery and my laptop. So let's scoop it out and see what we got here. Battery. I don't have any side posts, so which for right now we're just gonna start it up and see what we got. Or not start it, but I want to be able to just turn the key, hook up our little HP tuners, see what we got. We are not trying to start this thing at all. Oh, I heard it do stuff. Oh, you know what? I don't know if this one had a key in it, now that I think about it. I think that's a bit of a problem. Well, it's not a problem, but I want to see mileage and check stuff. Alright, I gotta hunt around, see if I can find the keys. They gotta be in here. Alright, keys are missing, so I can't really dig into that one. I mean, I can work around it, but I threw the battery on this truck. I just choose to find something simpler to try to figure out right now. So we got our laptop. Easiest. Oh, are you kidding me? And this one I stole the ODB port off of. Holy Dinah, man. I'm not winning here. Ah, what a sucker. Well, there's other ways to do it. Let's just see if some freak chance my battery has enough power to... No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, super lame. Golly. I can read the computer. I feel if it just started up, I would take it to the shop and I'll just disconnect the computer and tap straight into it and see. What a bugger. Because this one's missing the mass air in the air box, but I can always steal that from something else here. What a bugger. All right. Well, let's try again. All right, we're on option number 3. That one's got insane high miles, which is probably not bad, but for an LS. Anyways, this one's a little overgrown, a little bit of jungle. It's pretty gross in here, but okay. See if we can check out our mileage. If I can read anything. Doesn't look like anything works on the dash. Cool. Dang it. Well, I'll try a different battery. Maybe the battery. I'm running it off the quad, but alright. Anything come on? No. It's like the whole dash is bunk. That's terrible. Yuck. Look at all this. I think these are like wild cucumber, is that right? Although I don't know how you would eat that. Because they're not... I guess so. I don't know. Why does the dash not work? Boo earns. I'm gonna have to come over here with my truck. Well, let's hook my laptop up first. There should be enough power in there to at least just read it. I don't have to keep my laptop out here. Mint. Says we got a 02 Tahoe with a 5.3. So I know that much. Now I'll have to get back boosted, see how it runs. We'll kind of go that run. We can't check the mileage because, well, the dash doesn't work and this doesn't read mileage, so I don't know how to. I don't have a scanner that actually can read that. I don't think I can. Can this? I don't think this can. I think this thing's very basic. Yeah, this won't give me an odometer reading. There's really, I can go in here, I can get DTCs, but it's been dead forever, so that's not going to help the cause. Is there anything else we can do in this thing? I'll find this. Control functions. Nah. Speedometer. No. Not much we can do. Oh well. Okay, doke. I'm gonna come back. We're gonna boost it. See if it starts. Alright, we're all hooked up. Survey says negative. What the hey, man? We got some major battery issues going on here. This is not harvesting as nice as I want. Boy, it's got a top post. Those are usually better to grab onto. Without shorting everything else out. A lot of steel there. Guess I'll let it run for a bit and see if it'll charge up the battery. I don't know. Well, it's running. Absolutely none of the gauges are working. I don't know, it must be something totally with the dash. All the tires are flat. I'm sure the boy's taking the catalytic converters off, but the motor doesn't make any noise, so we'll see if it stays running without the battery hooked up here. The chargy whirler, if it's working. Oh yeah. Well, back my truck up and see if I can move this thing with flat tires and all. Alrighty. Let's see if I can get into there. This is a terribly a lot of stuff in here. That is a lot of overgrown. Ooh. I don't think we have brakes. That's okay. To get it to shift into four-wheel drive. I'm kind of thinking this tranny doesn't work. Works. I just don't think four-wheel drive works. Somehow we're high-centered. Man, what a pile. Alright. I guess we're gonna get the loader and pull it out. Bugger. Jeepers. Okay. Oh, no biggie. Ugh. One rim is totally hammered in the front, so we're just going to lift it off the ground. I'm just going to make sure it goes through all the gears. We're going to check it here. Speed. Oh, it says it's in fourth, third, second, first. I just don't know if it slips or not. That's the only problem we got. Maybe we'll drop it on the ground and see. We'll drive it around with a flat tire until it falls off. We got a completely flat tire in the front. I just want to make sure the shifts feel smooth. just wanted to see if it... I mean, they feel good. It's usually the second gear that goes. The rider's here, so we're gonna start pulling this stuff out, or a rider's gonna start pulling it apart. She stalled. That's okay. Oh, this open? There we go. All right. Fun. Now we have the fun begins. Alrighty, dude. Here's where we start. We're gonna take this thing off. This thing here, we're not cutting any wires. No wires are getting cut. So this thing unbolts, or it might just, that comes off. We'll unbolt this. We have to unbolt that because that's cruise control. We'll figure out this. I'll show you what to take off there. Heater. This thing comes out. This comes out. We're going to take the radiator out. So this panel comes off. We're just going to cut this. We're cutting that because we're just going to take the body off. We're going to take the body and junk the body. So, all right. You got a bit of a game plan. We'll figure it out from here. We got so people probably watching. Well, Ryder's tearing that apart. You can give her. Probably people look at this and are super scared that I'm just hacking all the wires, and almost all these wires are garbage. The only one you're concerned about that you don't want to cut is this set of wires in here in the middle. These are the ones you kind of use to run standalone. Because I'm going to use this fuse box, I just need 1 or 2 wires out of here and 1 wire here. Like, this is the fuel pump, this gray one. We'll run the fuel pump, and what else is there? There's a keyed one in here that we got to go somewhere, and there might be another one for the transmission, but we're running a manual in that truck, so won't be a big deal. And then one of these has the loop around, but I'll show you folks when the time comes. Not a big deal. It's simple. Anyways, we're slinging that out of the way. We're just slinging things we don't need out of the way. We got to date the computer. Ryder's working on the rad. We're just going to cut the cross member. We'll pull the rad out. Our goal is we're going to do what I normally do. We're going to undo all the body mounts, and we're just going to lift the body off like we said before, and then it's just easy to pull the motor. Anyways, we're going to continue thrashing, pull this apart, save stuff that we need that we can reuse on that tractor. What do you think? So it's not that much work. It's a little bit, but it's not that terrible. I always pull the body off, just easier. We can get it, everything. Now I can jump in here. I can probably grab a lot of the fuel line, repurpose a lot of it, all the way up to the filter. I don't know. I can just repurpose a lot of junk. The chassis is still a very cool chassis to use to make an all-wheel drive something. So I don't know if this thing will hang around or not, but the this thing's got the electronic transfer case, and well, I guess I see why it wasn't working. There's just a great big hole in the side of it. Look at that. Huh. That's weird. Anyways, well, how can that be, eh? Wowzer. Whatever. It's an electric tranny. No good anyways. 60E, that works good, so that one's good for parts, but we're going to separate the motor from the transmission. We might sling everything away, hose, soak it down, and actually try to pressure wash it as good as we can on here. Man, I don't know. Might take it off and put it on a stand. We'll probably do it that way, just because that oil pan's pretty grungy. There's a lot of grunge on here. Typical broken exhaust bolts. Yep. All the usuals. Cool. Anyways, what we can do now is undo the 3 bolts. We'll get the torque converter off. We will get the bolts off the back. I guess we'll do the tranny cross member so we can do the transmission and that as a unit and just set them off to the side. Yeah. Progress. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
We're going to pull these 3 bolts on both sides. 1, 2, 3. I'll lift this up and we're going to set this on some tires or set something so this is up, because underneath here a chunk of this should come off. I guess we have to take the starter off and get at the torque converter bolts. Just there should be 3 bolts that we're going to take off. Then we'll come back, undo these, and then 2 bolts underneath here for this, and then we can kind of you know what, just undo those, undo these 6 bolts. We'll pull the motor and tranny as one unit, and then we'll take it off in the air, make everything a lot easier. We'll take it with the tractor, we'll lift it up, and then we can get at stuff. Alright, well, motor is out on the ground. I think I am done for the day. I know you troop her on, but I'm calling her. We're going to, tomorrow I guess, we'll take all the wiring off. We will take the transmission and transfer case off. We're going to pull a bunch of the accessories off so we can wash it, get it clean. This motor is getting cam, and I know we noticed the interesting work of art there. Check that out. So clearly this is not the right alternator. There's no mount here, and it looks like they needed it needed a little bit of spacing to fit in there. That's pretty good. All right. Anyways, till tomorrow. See you later. We separated motor from transmission. We pulled all the wiring off. Basically, this thing is just scuzzy. We're going to take the coil packs, the front off. I guess we'll have to do the water pump off, only because we got to do a cam in this thing. So we're going to do that. Pull the intake, motor mounts, pull all that stuff off. We basically want to get it stripped down bare so we can soak it and pressure wash this thing. That is the plan. And then after that, I guess we will start getting it ready to pull the cam. Or, pull the cam and put a BTR. I'm doing one of those Brian Tooley no springs cam in it. So, I'll show you that sitting in the truck over there, but we'll grab that after. Anyways, for now, we're going to keep stripping this thing down and get it ready for a power wash. All right, so we got the motor. The rest of the motor's all stripped down. We have sealed up all the openings. We're gonna basically blitz it once with the pressure washer, and then we're gonna spray everything with some degreaser and just hose it off. I have no plans to paint the motor, but I do want to get all this grimy gunk off it. Look at this, it's just unreal. So the more of this we can get off, the better. And then we'll do the same. We'll wash off the intake and the coils and stuff like that after. At least the motor will be a little more presentable. They're not a very pretty motor to start with. Oh, I got one more vent plug. Anyways, Ryder's grabbing the pressure washer and gonna let him go to town here. Well, we cleaned the worst of the grunge off of it. It's still pretty dirty, but I don't know. My pressure washer doesn't have the oomph, and that degreaser's just not taking that stuff off. So, it's okay. It is what it is. Although, like say the block, well, we're gonna say it's clean dirt. Not much else we can do. The motor though is not rusty or flaky like they usually are. So I don't know. I don't know the mileage on the motor. I don't know anything. All I do know is it's been open. It's got a bunch of Velcro gaskets and stuff like that. So things have been done to it. I don't know how or what, but anyways, our next steps are, and I'll probably do it with the rider. We'll probably do a cam swap. So which involves taking this off, taking this cover off. We'll probably have to drop the oil pan because we got to loosen the oil pickup. So we got to loosen the oil pickup, pull the oil pump off. I usually at that point, if we're gonna do that, we'll drain it. We'll just flip the motor upside down. Oh, we'll take all the rocker covers off and the rocker arms, and then we flip it over, and the rocker should stay, or the lifters should all stay where they're supposed to be, and we can just kind of boop boop swap the cam and be good to go. Right, buddy? Right, buddy? No? Okay. Anyways, that's tomorrow's project. It's getting dark out. Kind of done for the day. Right, bud? Oh, hey. Mopey limpy there? How you doing? Hungry? Want some food? You want food? Always, eh? Well, outside we have pretty much just a yard sale of parts, but a lot of that's going to go back in. A lot of it's the wiring. In this case, I kept the fuse box and the tray for it and everything. I'm going to try to nicely mount that all into the square body. At least that's my plan. It's we're going to mount that in there. We're going to use the fuse box lid. Try to make it really ultra clean with minimal work. What we're trying to go for. Should be able to reuse some of the fuel line, but we'll see. I pulled it out and we're going to see if we can use or can't. Anyways, like I said, Bup, good for the night. Right on. So I think Ryder's busy today, so I am going to, well, I kind of got started. We pulled the big nut out of the front. We got a puller. Well, the puller locks on, but I'm noticing that it keeps wanting to pop off when you start getting some torque on it. So I just put a vice grip to make sure it stays in place. Anyways, we're going to impact. We're going to pop that off. I've already drained the oil. We're going to pull the oil pan. We're going to pull this cover. We got to drop the tube for the filler for the oil pickup so that we can get the oil pump off, and then we'll do the timing chain. This is already loose. We're going to pull the rocker arms off, and then we should be able to spin it out, and then we're going to throw our cam in. This is the one we went with. It's the BTR truck. I guess it's a stage 2 NSRA, so that's no springs required. I don't know. I've used this cam before. I like it. Anyways, yeah, just gonna get started. We're gonna get this all swapped out. Well, we got our cam in. It's about as far as we're gonna get this round. I've ordered up a bunch of parts. We're waiting for motor mounts and well, headers. I got a whole bunch of stuff I just ordered. So this thing's kind of stalled till we can get the rest of the parts for it. So I guess I'll push this to the side. Start working back on this thing for a bit. And then when this stuff all comes in, we'll be able to shove the truck in and boom, blitz it, put it all together and give her. I mean, I could mess with the wiring and stuff, but it's just easier when it's all in the car. And they're not that complicated anyways, but I'll put this in, we'll put the harness on, we'll kind of deal with everything we can at that point. Unfortunately, I think this is where we'll have to leave it till we get some more parts. So I want to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Later.